Hey guys, so today I am on my way to go see like a special agent about like security clearance to go into the Air Force, I guess. My recruiter told me it's probably just like background check stuff, making sure everything is good. We shall see. Since it is like a federal building, government building, probably will not film inside, but I will definitely let you guys know after how it goes, if I'm allowed to, because I don't even know if this is like secret or anything. So yeah, I will keep you guys updated. Right before I head there, I am gonna go to get some coffee. Okay, I just wanted to stop in and say I do not like this interview so far. Like, I don't. I'll explain later when I get done. Okay, so I am back home and I'm gonna talk about the special agent interview. I'm not gonna go necessarily, well, I wouldn't say there was anything secret with it. So, opening up the blinds. Let's sit down and have a little chit chat. If my dogs don't bother me. So, my first impression of this guy is he's doing his job, but not friendly, basically. I don't know. Anyway, I get there, right? I park and then I basically follow him through the door he went through. And then I'm like, okay, now what? There's bathrooms and then two like locked doors. I'm like, okay, now what? Like, I didn't know if he was gonna come out. I didn't know what to do. So I was like, I texted him. I'm like, okay, like, do I, go through the back the way you went? Where do I go from here? I waited probably like 5 minutes before I had to text him because I'm like, I don't want to just keep standing around. He was like, yeah, just go through the door I went through and then go to this door and ring the doorbell, whatever. So I did that. I'm like, okay, like, thanks for telling me. Because I had no idea. First time ever being in this area. And then I sit down, wait a little bit, and I do remember I did not check out. Anyway, it's okay. I get in the room, and then we basically just go over my background check. Like background, everything that I put. And he wanted to know every little detail. From smoking weed, drinking alcohol. He's like, so would you say, do you have a problem? And just, it was, oh my god, it was making me mad because the way he was asking the questions, it seemed like he was judging me, but at the same time I'm like, well, he's just doing his job. He wants to know like every detail, because if you get in trouble with the law, they want to know why and all that. But anything that I did in my past was never in trouble like with the law. Like, nothing was. There was a part where, well, this job, like, we have information on this, like, why do you think we have it? And it was like a job that I just quit, and I loved that job, and it was the one right before I moved up here to Colorado. Like, they helped me out, I helped them, like, we all got along, and like, I loved that job so much. I wish I would have stayed, but I was just not in a good mindset. And again, anything that I did do in my past, I was young, and I could still say I'm still young, and even though I am definitely more mature than how I was, I'm still immature in a way and can do stupid stuff. And the way he was like questioning everything, I'm like, I really hope he just like is thinking in his head, well, this is a mistake. And I hope when they do this investigation, I hope they do just realize she made a mistake. She's not rehireable. She learned her lesson. Hasn't had any trouble since. I'm really hoping that's the way they see it. And then plus, I'm like, honestly, like, if I don't get in because of this, that's stupid. But honestly, everything's kind of just up in the air now because I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, it makes me nervous because it's like I want to go into the Air Force And then just like this one mistake that I made, like I really hope it doesn't stop me from joining. And then also I moved around a lot. I traveled a lot and just different addresses. And then on the background check, I didn't have like a specific address for when I worked at Epic Mountain Express in Silverthorne, and I was like, I couldn't find it. I mean, yeah, I could have probably even went up there and gotten it, but it is what it is, right? I put like the Edwards location. So now I'm like, okay, now they really are gonna do the background check. Because for what, it's almost been 3 months, I think. And why are they just not doing it now? I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, if my recruiter would have told me you need this exact address that you live, that's like what we need. Because the part where he was wanting to know about my drinking and alcohol and all of that, because I got fired from Loxa Lodge, and I have those videos on my channel. I basically drank at work, on the clock, this and that. I went to my car and technically fell asleep for like 30 minutes to 45 minutes. And then I told them I could go back to work. I want to work, but they sent me home. And then he was like, okay, but like who was in charge? Did Ruben know, you know, like the owner and this and that? I'm like, as far as I know, he didn't know right away, but he knew like at least a couple hours before, but he didn't actually talk to me till the next day. Just going in detail about that whole situation, why I drink. And I was like, I drove home. Like the actual housing is right down the road. So he's like, oh, so it's not actually this address, it's a different address. I'm like, I don't know. As far as I know, I was just told to put this address for this location. And that's what I did. So I'm like, you can call this person, the owner, and talk to them, because I don't know. I'm just telling you what I know. And then also like me smoking weed, I started probably 17, 18, like right before my 18th birthday is probably when I started smoking weed, and then like drinking too. And I was like, I mean, I would occasionally socially smoke, drink with friends, and he's like, and then I was like, it made me paranoid, so like that's why I recently just basically stopped. He's like, well, since 17 to basically present, why is it taking you 4 years or whatever to quit? I'm like, I don't know, because I'm young, I'm stupid, I didn't know better. And oh my god, I really hope this doesn't stop me from going in at all, because I guarantee you there's other people that have had it worse. I would socially smoke, drink with friends. I was always safe about it because I am 100,000% against drinking and driving, smoking and driving, and I've never done that. It was always like at home or just like in the car, and then we would just wait until we were sober. And then he was like, so since November 23, you've pretty much been 100% sober since then. I'm like, yes. I mean, I do plan on, you know, at least drinking again. But like, I don't know. I only make that decision when I want to. But as of right now, no, yeah, I've been 100% sober. It was just kind of like tricky questions in a way. And then yeah, he was just like basically judging me in a way, but at the same time I know he was just doing his job. It just makes me question. I'm like, am I gonna pass? Am I gonna pass this investigation? And then also with like me moving around a lot from, I would say 18, I want to say, because he's like, when did your parents actually get a divorce? I was like 2019. They were separated 2018, but didn't actually get divorced till I believe 2019. And then I actually lived with my dad, and then lived with my mom. But the address I have on my license, I never actually lived there. It was just an address that I could use to put on my license, because that's the address I still had mail and stuff coming to. I don't know. And he's like, why haven't you switched your license to Colorado? I'm like, I don't have any actual like bills or utilities or any of that coming to this address for proof of residency. Be like, you can talk to, my mom, you can talk to the person, like the owner of this house that I live here, but other than that, when it comes to government legal stuff, you need proof, and I've never had proof for the most part. And then just like with like, oh, so this person and this person know you and know that you did this and you smoked with this person or drank with this person. I'm like, yes, but then at the same time we haven't talked in like forever. Like, they know me, like know of me, but they don't know me. I don't know, like, I didn't lie, and everything I'm saying on this is truthful. This is basically what I said to the agent, and I just, I made mistakes. I was young, I was stupid, I still am young and stupid, and I'm trying my best not to worry, because again, I haven't actually been involved with the law at all, which should be basically a good thing, which it is a good thing, but I don't know. I'm curious how that all works and how they decide if you're good or not. But he did say too, if he had any additional questions, he would email me or call me or text me. I'm just trying to think like what else there is. I moved around a lot, went to different schools, lived different places. I lived like in my car for the longest time, and just like to put that like on your background check is kind of hard, because you don't have like an actual physical address, but they want physical address. So it's like you just basically tell them what and where you actually live. I don't know. I mean, everything was on the background check. So we basically double checked everything, told him the problems I had at that one work job, my side of the story, but at the same time, it's gonna be a he said, she said type thing. I hope the owner, like if they end up calling him or whatever, getting in contact, I really hope he pretty much has the same story as me. I don't know, because in that kind of environment and remote area, it's basically a he said, she said type thing. So you never know what's the truth. And yeah, I definitely made my mistakes. I didn't do my job like 100% all the time, and I drank on the job and this and that. But other than that, like, I could have went to work, I could have kept going. And then there were other people that drink on the job, and I just remember after the fact that I got fired, people were saying, oh, well, like, she drank on the job all the time, this person did this, and I'm never one to say something about the other person, even though I'm like getting in trouble and, revenge. I'm not the kind of person, because at the end of the day, it'll come to light. People will find out eventually what that person was doing. But yeah, I mean, the person that basically said it was okay for me to drink on the job like that day when I did, she's same person that left probably a week after that, and it was a whole mess at that job. Yeah, there's really not much else to say, because like a lot of it I pretty much filmed on my channel, and there's a lot of stuff too that I don't necessarily remember, because it was a long time ago. Like, it was, but wasn't. So I don't know, I was just a teenager, I was stupid, I was dumb, things happen, right? If you guys have any questions, let me know and I can answer them, and let's just hope this doesn't stop me from going in, which I don't think it will. But so this is gonna be kind of bad lighting, but I just also wanted to mention to you guys that if you guys are going into the military and you guys have an interview, like a special like security clearance interview, I just want to say, just be careful what you say, but also like tell the truth. Basically remember what you put on your background check and only go off of your background check. Don't really tell them any additional information unless it has to do with what you put on your background check. I mean, there were, like, when I did my background check, filling it out and everything, they wanted like last names, middle names, their phone numbers, all of that. But at the same time, like, I don't ever save anyone's number. I don't ever remember anyone's last name. And so I just put people's first name and then whatever last name they had, or that I think they had, from my perspective, not my perspective, but from what I can remember, because there were two people that I just couldn't remember their last name. And then the agent was like, do you know this person? I'm like, no. But I think I had put that person's name as like something for like employment or something on the background check. And I feel like he was just kind of tricking me and trying to, I guess, see what I would say, if I would lie. I mean, it's their job, I'm sure, to see how you act and if you tell the truth and all of that. But again, it's also hard to remember every little detail when it's been 2-3 months since you've even done the background check. And and then 6+ months since you've even saw these people or even talked to them, and I don't know, it's just, when it comes to employment, yeah, I never kept a job because, and so many people have different opinions on switching so many jobs and moving around a lot, and I was never in like a good headspace. I was never making enough to actually live somewhere. And there's just things that I didn't mention, I think, because 1, it wasn't asked, not on my background check, and 2, it wouldn't actually matter if I said anything or not. But I feel like if I did say something, I don't know, they would still use that against me. Like me living in my car instead of actually having a place to live. I definitely struggled, for sure. What am I supposed to say? No, I didn't live here. I was actually in my car. No, I didn't live here. I lived in my car. And then they're gonna be like, why did you live in your car? And then want all the details. And sure, I can go into the details. Like, I don't mind if, like, I had to. But at the same time, it's just like, if you're gonna use it against me, then I don't want to tell you, And if it comes up where I have to tell them, I will, because now with this being on the internet, anyone can look it up and this and that. I guarantee you, they would even look up my name and they would know I have a YouTube channel. So, because the government, like, once you sign the first, like, contract or whatever at MEPS, like, they look up everything and they know everything. So you literally cannot keep anything a secret because they know everything. And that's actually kind of scary if you think about it, because it's like, they know everything for the most part, as far as like every place you lived, every phone number you've had, every medical history, everything. There's things I can't even think of that they know. So it's like, you can't hide. You cannot hide from them. And that is another reason why, when I'm out of the military, as of right now, as my opinion right now, my thoughts and advice and tips to myself, when I'm out of the military, I'm dipping and falling off the face of the earth. I'm going to the best I can. As far as right now, that is the plan, because it's kind of scary that the government knows everything, literally. And the fact that they could probably even see this video, kind of scary too. But it's the internet. That's kind of pretty easy to find a video, no matter what. I just wanted to add that in there and just kind of ramble, and I guess 22 just wasn't the best year for me, and making mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, and I definitely learned from them, for sure. Peace out.